Hello, everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Oscar Karnalim. I am from Maranatha Christian University. Currently, I'm pursuing my PhD at University of Newcastle, Australia. And on this occasion, I will present about my paper entitled The Use of Technology in Indonesian K-6 Education During COVID-19 Pandemic, a Review. So I have 6 other co-authors. The first one is Bayu Rima Aditya from Telkom University. And the second one is Dina Fitria from Binus University. And then Aditya Permadi as the fourth author from Universitas Mandiri Subang. And then Andrian Shah from IKIP SILIWANGI. Fathul from Universitas Lambung Mangkurat. And then Irawan Nurhas from Hochschule Ruhrwers, Germany. Okay, first of all is about the introduction. So COVID-19 pandemic has drastically changed how people live for more than 1 year. And what is the problem in education? So the problem is migrating to online learning can be challenging, especially for K-6 education, like early childhood or primary school. Because children at that age are more focused on playing. They're not really concerned about studying and they don't have such awareness to do so. Existing studies about the issue are focused either on higher education or countries other than Indonesia, like Finland. So this study summarized how K-6 education in Indonesia uses technology to facilitate online learning. So how the review was conducted. So the method is derived from a systematic literature review methodology from Kitchenham et al. So at first, relevant papers are collected with the help of Google Scholar with 4 kinds of queries. The first one is Indonesia and early childhood and information technology, and then COVID-19. The second one is Indonesia, PAUD or Pendidikan Anak Usia Dini, and technology and COVID-19. The third one is Indonesia, primary school, information technology, and COVID-19. The fourth one is the Indonesian translation of the third one, which is Indonesia, Sekolah Dasar, Teknologi, and COVID-19. So after that, the papers are filtered based on their title and abstract, resulting 392 papers. And after that, we read all of the papers, and then only papers with relevant content are considered, which is 39 papers. We have 6 selection criteria. The first one is the papers should focus on empirical studies and literature review. Second, the papers should be about the use of technology during COVID-19. Third, the papers can be written in either English or Indonesia. Why? Because not all relevant papers are written in English. This is about Indonesian education. And fourth, the paper should be published since 2020. We are all aware that the pandemic started at the end of 2019, and I think we can safely say that all of the papers about COVID-19 are published since 2020. And then the paper should focus on Indonesian K-6 education, early childhood and primary school. And if there are duplicates, only one of them is observed. And the findings are summarized based on 4 points of view. The first one is software, the second one is hardware, third one is activities, and what kind of benefits. So about the results. First is about technologies used during COVID-19 for early childhood education. In terms of hardware, it is quite obvious that it is about smartphone, laptop or personal computer, and then television. Yeah, perhaps for some people, television is quite interesting. So apparently our government considers about students in remote areas where internet is not really accessible and affordable. So they use like TV program to educate students in that area. And after that, the teacher will send the test in a hard copy format to the student, and then the student will complete the test and then return back to the teacher. In terms of software, we have like 17 software. The most popular one is WhatsApp, which is expected because even before the pandemic, most people are used to use WhatsApp. And the second one is Zoom, which is become more popular. And third one is Google Classroom, and there are also other 14 software. You can see the complete list, including the references in our paper. And for primary school education, it is not much different. It is quite similar, except that the number of software applications that are mentioned is increased to 27 instead of 17. And how technologies are being used during COVID-19 in early childhood education. So first, it is for distributing learning materials and assessments. And after that, it is for conducting online learning, of course. And then for communication between teachers, students, and even the student's guardian. It can also be used to develop learning materials and media for discussion. For primary school education, it is quite similar, except that perhaps more papers discuss about media for discussion. It is expected because primary school students can be more engaged in like deeper discussions compared to early childhood students. And lastly, it is about the benefits of using technology during COVID-19 for early childhood education. So first, of course, to manage and facilitate the whole learning process online. And at some point, it can improve teachers' creativity. So a few of them learn about how to use learning management system, and then some of them even learn to use like interactive quiz, like quizzes or Kahoot. And of course, that kind of method can improve student enthusiasm. This kind of thing also motivate teachers to familiarize themselves with technology. And also it is a convenient monitoring system of student progress by both the teachers and the students' guardians. It can also improve teacher competence in using technology and improve the frequency of communication between teachers and students' guardians. Lastly, it can encourage the students' guardians to actively participate in the learning process. For primary school, it is quite similar, except that it is only 5 points. First, it makes it easy to distribute learning materials. It improves student enthusiasm, promote more effective learning activities, managing and facilitating the whole learning process online, and then improving teachers' creativity. So it is quite similar, except that it is just a subset of those on early childhood education. And for the conclusion, so the study summarized the use of technology in Indonesian K-6 education during COVID-19 pandemic. And our study established that technology served two primary functions. First, as a medium of communication between educational stakeholders, and the second as a tool for delivering learning materials and reflecting on the learning process. While the current use of technology is mainly focused on students' visual and auditory abilities, there is still a dearth of research studies regarding how technology can be used to support students' motoric and kinetic abilities. So it can be like a future work. And the study demonstrates the importance of conducting research and how digital competency models are needed for early childhood and primary school teachers. Thank you.